Hey, hey, hey. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care what the team doing, man. They ain't messing with the perp gang. It's our year, time to get this ring. Bring it home back to the SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care. SKOL'd to the bowl. Whole lot of SKOL'd gang on this one. Yeah, hey, 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 hey. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care what the team doing, man. They ain't messing with the perp gang. It's our year, time to get this ring. Bring it home back to the SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care. SKOL'd to the bowl. Whole lot of SKOL'd gang on this one. Yeah. Hey, 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 hey. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care what the team doing, man. They ain't messing with the perp gang. It's our year, time to get this ring. Bring it home back to the SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd on the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care.
What is going on, everybody? It is your boy SK with Purple and SKOL'd Media, and we're talking a Vikings win today on the morning after pill. And we're not necessarily the morning, it's more the late afternoon because we partied a little bit last night after the first win of the 2023 season. So we had to sleep in, and now we can talk about this victory and obviously get ready for the big game coming up against Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift. We all know what comes along with that. But we're here to talk about the W against the Carolina Panthers yesterday. A W that we needed desperately. I think we all understood that. And if we failed to the Carolina Panthers, that all but wrapped up our season. Well, this kept our season alive just the slightest, not by much. But it keeps us in the loop, gets us our first victory. And sometimes you just need that first win to get it going. You need that first one to get your momentum going. And then you never know, man. You never know. We just saw the Chiefs struggle with the Jets last night. And we saw Zach Wilson have probably the best game of his career. And the Jets almost pulled off that upset. So if you tell me that the Vikings can't pull off that upset, I think you're crazy. Will we pull off the upset? That's a whole different story. But again, winning Carolina yesterday, or not yesterday, yesterday, excuse me, sorry. Big win in Carolina yesterday, obviously. Brings us to 1-3 on the season and keeps our season alive. A couple things that stood out to me, and I just kind of go over the synopsis of the game. First, I'll kind of just go over the stat line here. Kirk Cousins, probably the worst game we've seen him have, close to the worst game we've seen him have as a Minnesota Vikings. 12 for 19, 139 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Alexander Mattison doubling up with 2 games in a row of about 95 yards. I believe he had 94 yards in last week's game. So he went 17 carries for 95 yards. Justin Jefferson, first game this season not going over 100 yards. 6 receptions, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he got in the end zone twice today. He's starting to sniff that end zone a little more often than what he was to start the season. So that's always a good thing. And the star of the show, star of this game, a guy that I brought up who thought was going to come up big in this game, Harrison Smith. Hall of Famer Harrison Smith. Put some respect on his name. Hall of Famer Harrison Smith. 14 tackles, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. And that's just outside of what we don't see out there. So Harrison Smith having an absolute great game against the Carolina Panthers, winning us that game. So let's not just take into effect the forced fumble that he had that DJ Woonem scooped and scored. He also had the game-winning sack, and he also had another big sack, I believe was on 3rd down. I'd have to recap on that. But 3 huge sacks, not just kind of dead time sacks where it's just, it is what it is. These were big sacks and big moments, especially that scoop and score. and especially the one to end the game. Didn't even give him a chance to get that ball off. But Harrison Smith, amazing game, Hall of Fame career, Hall of Fame game. And this is the first time I believe a player has had 13 plus tackles, 3 plus sacks, and a forced fumble in the history of the NFL. That goes to Harrison Smith, our guy, Hall of Famer Harrison Smith. Third down conversion for the team, absolutely terrible. This is the funny thing about this game, guys. This was probably our worst performance as a team. Probably our worst performance. I think the only difference in this game is that we didn't fumble the ball. Now, we did fumble. We recovered it. Kirk Cousins did have a fumbled snap. We didn't end up recovering it, thank God. But we didn't turn the ball over as far as coughing it up. We had 2 interceptions by Kirk Cousins. But overall, we didn't turn the ball over, majority. Even though we did, those 2 picks were terrible. Let me stop. I'm trying to pad this. Those 2 picks were terrible. First one, that was the pick 6. Obviously, that's all on Kirk. I don't care if you're a Kirk stan. I don't care if you're a Kirk hater. I don't care if you're Kirk's 2 sons. I don't care who you are. That was Kirk's fault, and Kirk had no business throwing that football. That was an absolute terrible ball. And look, I'm sitting next to a Kirk hater during the game. So that's the last thing I want is for Kirk to have a bad game, and that's exactly what happened. Now, granted, we came away with the win, which is kind of funny because, again, like I said, this may have been our worst performance as a team this season, and we got the win, which is crazy to me. Outside of the defense played really good, only giving up 1 touchdown. Or no touchdowns. I'm sorry. No touchdowns because that was a pick 6. Only gave up 2 field goals on the day. So they locked it down, man. We understand it's Bryce Young. He's a rookie quarterback. He's going through his struggles. But, hey, look, this defense and this team, we're reaching for anything right now. We're reaching for anything. We'll take a win however we can get it. All right? So whether that's against a rookie quarterback, hell, a guy that was working at McDonald's 2 weeks ago, I don't give a damn. A win is a win, and we came away with a win. But at the same time, I'm still going to criticize because there's a lot of things in this game that don't make me feel any better about this team than when we came into this game. And I'm sure you guys can agree with that. Again, I'm happy with the win. I'm glad we're 1-3, but I'm not impressed whatsoever. Worst performance of the year, but we came away with the win. So it's kind of bittersweet, in my opinion. Just some things that stood out to me. Kirk looked hesitant. Kirk Cousins looked so hesitant yesterday, and I'm not sure what it is. It's Kirktober, man. It's supposed to be Kirktober. This is his best month of his playing career. He should be coming out and balling, but that's not the Kirk we got. We got hesitant Kirk yesterday. Hesitant Kirk only threw for 139 yards, 12 for 19, which, again, I'm not expecting Kirk to go out there and throw 40, 50 times, and that's what we need to win. I'm glad we came away with the win. But at the same time, Kirk had a bad game, guys. Kirk had a really bad game. And it started with that pick 6. And I don't know if that's just kind of what threw him off for the rest of the game to where Kirk just wasn't there necessarily upstairs. He made a few good throws, but majority of that game, Kirk struggled. And he is extremely hesitant. He was double pumping on some of his receivers. It wasn't looking good for Kirk yesterday. Nonetheless, fought through it, came away with the win. Now, hopefully, we don't get that Kirk this week against the Kansas City Chiefs, because I guarantee you right now, if we get that same Kirk Cousins, we're getting blown the hell out at home. And I want to see that because I'm going to be there. So, Kirk, get your shit together, my guy. Get your shit together, because I do not want to see a performance like that again. We got away with one. We got to win. But Kirk looked extremely hesitant. I wasn't very comfortable with him in the way he was playing yesterday. Hopefully that turns around. Exactly, Darrell. Can't play with the Chiefs. My bad, Joe. I missed out on the shout-outs. I'm tripping over here. Shout out Darrell, my guy. Said he had a great time in Carolina. I know it was a great time. I'm mad I missed out, man. I'm mad I missed out. Yogi's tapped in. What's up, Yogi? My guy. I'm surprised you're not working right now, man. Mr. I Want to Mock. Hey, your time is coming, Bob Swede. Your time is coming. One of these days, we got to get you on camera and do one of these mock drafts when we get that going. And of course, Missy working her way in as a regular now. We appreciate you, Missy, tapping in. But yeah, no, like Darrell said, man, you can't play with these Chiefs. You can't. We know. I mean, they're Super Bowl champions. There's Patrick Mahomes. There's Travis Kelce. And now on top of that, we got the Taylor Swift shit going on, which is extremely annoying. I just want to sit and watch football. I don't want to see mid-ass Taylor Swift on my TV screen. I'm sorry. I'm here to watch football. What's up, Dave? What's going on, Dave? Dave from Minnesota Sports Talk. Hit that subscribe. Go give him a follow if you don't already. But I'm so tired of the Taylor Swift. You know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend a little time on the Taylor Swift shit because it's annoying as hell. And this will be the only time I'm going to spend time on this. But let's be real, man. When I sit down on Sundays or I go to the bar on Sundays to watch football, I am there to watch football. I'm not there to talk about Taylor Swift. I'm not there to look at Taylor Swift. I'm not there to hear about Taylor Swift's relations. I'm not there to talk about, hear about, see about anything about Taylor Swift. Get the broad off my screen. Yeah, they need to shake her off my TV screen on Sundays. If football's on my TV screen, they need to go ahead and shake Taylor Swift off my TV screen. I'm sorry. So, look, I know what it is against the Chiefs. Do I think the Chiefs are beatable? Absolutely. Do I think we'll beat the Chiefs? That's a different story. So, there's a lot that goes into it, but this whole Taylor Swift thing makes me want to beat the Chiefs that much more. Like, knock this broad off her high horse. We don't care about you, Taylor. We don't care about you, Taylor. Okay? Now, what I'm going to need you to do is if you do show up to Minnesota, I'm going to need you to keep Travis up all night the night before. I'm going to need you to do whatever you got to do. Use your succubus powers on him. Whatever you got to do, Taylor, do it. Because I don't want the Travis Kelce that we know the Travis Kelce can do. We don't want that Travis Kelce. So we need you to be a negative in Travis Kelce's life just this week. After this, go ahead, be happy, do your business, do all that. But this week, I'm gonna need some drama. I'm gonna need the why were you talking to this girl after the game? I need some. Go ahead, Dave's hit me with all the puns. I'm gonna need some bad blood going into this week because I got bad blood for Taylor Swift. I'm gonna need some bad blood between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce going into this game to get Travis a little uncomfortable to where he's not performing at his best ability. That's what we need. Okay, so Taylor, I don't give a damn about you. I'm actually extremely upset because the ticket prices to that game have skyrocketed, not because of Patrick Mahomes, not because of Travis Kelce, and not because of how good this Kansas City Chiefs team is. It's because Taylor Swift is going to be in a suite. That just angers me, man. I don't give a damn about Taylor Swift. She's so mid. So freaking mid. Anyways, moving on from Taylor Swift and talking about the real conflict at hand. Not even a conflict. We came away with the win, yes. I don't even know what I'm talking about, Taylor Swift. But what's up, SKOL'd Mafia? What's going on? Yogi hitting us with the last call. Alexander, last call. Madison going to have another good game. Yeah, like I said, that's 2 games in a row where he's rushed for nearly 100 yards. He had 94 in the game before against the Chargers and had 95 yesterday against the Carolina Panthers. And look, that just goes to show you give him enough carries and you actually block for the guy, he's going to put up some numbers for you. I've been saying this after week 1. Give him some decent blocking and give him more than 8 carries, and he's going to put up some numbers for you. Well, voila. The run blocking has improved, and you're giving him more than 10 carries a game. And what are you getting out of him? 95 yards a game. That's what we need. That's what we've been looking for in this run game. But everybody wanted to jump ship after week 1. We should have kept Dalvin Cook. We need to go trade for this guy, that guy. But let's be real. It's a long season. Those first 2 weeks, whether it be NFL games, whether it be fantasy football, whatever it is, the first 2 games of the NFL season, I'm not going to say throw them away, but you got to take those with kind of a grain of salt because there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made throughout the season, especially after the first 1 or 2 games. And after those first 1 or 2 games, KOC and this offense have made it obvious that we're focusing on this run game. We need to get this run game going. If we're going to be a good team and we're going to get deep into these playoffs or get to the playoffs in the first place or make a run at our division, we got to be able to run the ball and we got to be able to stop the run. And ever since week 2 and what we saw against the Philadelphia Eagles, both of those have improved. Now, granted, it's been against lesser opponents, but those 2 aspects of the game have improved. So I got to give KOC and I got to give this coaching staff credit. Got to give him credit there. Do we have a lot of work to do? Absolutely. Because again, like I said, yesterday was our worst performance of the year. We just found a way to win. Yesterday was the 2022 Minnesota Vikings. Just mucky game. Had no business winning it, but we just found a way to win. That was yesterday. Ugliest game of the season so far. We come away with the W. Can't be mad. At the same time, I'm still worried. Still worried. I don't know why you guys wouldn't be. Man, Dave is just on fire with the Taylor Swift puns today, man. Dave is on fire with the Taylor Swift puns. But again, like I said, running game is getting going. And then here's one thing I will say for future games. These last 2 games, we have been adamant and focused on we need to run the ball and we need to run the ball early. First drive of the Chargers game, I believe we had 5 rushes for 27 yards in that first possession. In the first possession of this game, we had another 5 runs for another 29 yards. So it's showing that we're focused on getting this run game going regardless. We got to get it going. But expect this, and it may come against the Kansas City Chiefs. We're taking a shot early. It may be one of those first play of the game. We're taking a shot downfield. It's coming, guys. It's coming. Because these last 2 games, we've just been, let's pound the rock. At least the first half of the initial drive, we're just pounding the rock. Don't be surprised. A shot is coming. That's my early prediction for the Chiefs game. If it doesn't happen in the Chiefs game, it'll happen in the Bears game. A shot is coming early in the game. Whether it's to Jordan Addison, whether it's to Justin Jefferson, a deep early shot is coming. It is coming, guys. It's coming. What's up, Mike? Thank you for tapping in over there on Facebook. My Facebook people. 2 best wide receivers in the game, and we don't use them. Terrible play calling, in my opinion. Okay, so we're a bit of a struggle right here as far as the offensive play calling goes. The offensive play calling hasn't been the greatest. I'll be the first one to tell you. I've been critical of KOC throughout this entire season. It's getting better. It's getting better because it's becoming more balanced. Yes, we have 2 of the better receivers. Addison, I'm not going to say he's one of the better receivers in the league yet. I think that's way too early to say. But he's shown the talent to say, you know what? He's a problem. He's a deep threat. Like, he can get it done. So, for like Dave put right here, 20 of 48 snaps on offense is unacceptable for Jordan Addison. I'm sorry. Now, I don't know if that was KOC focusing on the run game to where Jordan Addison isn't a very good run blocker, and that's why we don't put him in on, obvious running downs. KJ's probably a whole lot better at that. But 20 out of 48 snaps for Jordan Addison is just completely unacceptable. We're supposed to be this high-powered offense. I believe he had 2-3 targets yesterday. No catches. None. I have him on my fantasy. I started him. I know. No catches yesterday. That's unacceptable. I understand we only threw the ball 19 times, but still, get your playmakers involved. Look, I love KJ. Don't get me wrong. I love what KJ does. When he's on, he's on. But KJ doesn't have that athletic ability or that extra gear that Jordan Addison necessarily brings. Or that deep threat. You got to get Addison involved. And you can't have him sitting on the sidelines for more than half of your offensive plays. That's unacceptable. If he's not that good of a run blocker, get better. That's what coaches are for. I understand he's a rookie and you want to kind of ease him in a little bit. Look, week 1, I thought that was plenty of easing in. Week 2, that was plenty of easing in. But since then, we haven't seen much out of that one drive against the Chargers last week where we just fed them. I think it was 6 receptions in one drive. It can't just be one drive that we feed Jordan Addison. It's got to be throughout the whole game. And it'll come, but that's up to the coaching staff of whether that's going to be KJ or whether that's going to be Jordan Addison. I think it's a little too much of a share right now because KJ and Jordan Addison are 2 different receivers. They're not the same type of receiver. They offer 2 different types of skill sets. Jordan Addison, he's the guy that's going to get that separation. He's a great route runner. He's going to get you deep downfield. KJ Osborne, he's more the gritty, tough guy. He's going to get the tough, inside the hash catches, taking the hits. He's one of those guys. Just totally fine. Again, I love KJ for it. But he doesn't get separation like Jordan Addison. He's not going to be the deep route runner like Jordan Addison. He's not going to run routes like Jordan Addison. So, again, it's 2 different types of receivers there. But you got to realize we have a playmaker in Jordan Addison. You spent a first-round pick on this guy. He's supposed to be the guy that's opposite of Justin Jefferson. But we're not using him that way yet. We're not. Now, granted, Jordan Addison had a really bad game yesterday. And we didn't see much of it because he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him. And maybe that's the reason why he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him. But he just couldn't get any separation. He had the one play downfield where it should have been a touchdown. And it's not Kirk's fault. Kirk got hit while throwing it. So let's pump the brakes right there. Because I know the first thing a lot of people said was, oh, God, Kirk, how could you overthrow Jordan Addison? What a terrible throw. No, that was Ed Ingram doing what Ed Ingram does. Not blocking for his quarterback. And that's what got the ball underthrown. Should have been a touchdown. Should have been the opening drive touchdown for Jordan Addison. Beat the safety over the top. If Kirk was able to get just a split second longer, he would have got it to him. He would have got it to him. But again, that's on Ed Ingram. But Addison had a rough game yesterday. His PFF score, let me see if I have it in front of me. I know it was really bad. Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but it was towards the bottom. It was really, really bad. Yeah, that was Ingram, Dave. That was Ingram on that deep route to Jordan Addison that fell short. Ingram it might have been a pass off to Oliver. I'll have to see that again. Yeah, try if you can rewatch the play for me, but I'm almost positive it was Ingram on that came through for the pick. Or you know what? I might be getting confused with the second interception in the red zone. I believe that was the one I got mixed up on. I know one of those plays. It was either the Addison deep route, or it was the second Kirk Cousins pick that Ingram screwed up on. And Kirk was hit while he was throwing it. It might have been the second Kirk Cousins pick. So I might have got it messed up. But yeah, no. Ingram doing what he does. Again, guys, we've been asking for this. Dalton Reisner has been on our team for 2 weeks now. And hasn't played an offensive snap. Unless I missed it yesterday, Dalton Reisner's just been sitting on the sidelines, collecting dust. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? Ed Ingram caused one of those costly turnovers that KOC, when he steps up on that podium after every game where we cough the ball up, says how important we need to hold on to the ball. And if guys can't hold on to the ball, we're going to find guys that can hold on to the ball. How about If guys can't block for their quarterback, we're going to find guys that block for the quarterback. How about keeping that same energy for the guys that protect your $40 million quarterback that we ridicule so much? So I just want the same energy. I just want this. That's one thing I didn't touch on after last week's presser with KOC, where he made that comment to where, look, you can't cough up the ball. If you keep turning the ball over, we're going to find somebody that's going to hold on to the ball. Have that same energy for your offensive line. Have that same energy for your offensive line. Because I'm tired of giving dudes excuses. And y'all know me. I was on here before the season started. Said, let's give Ed some time. I think he's going to improve in year 2. He had a rough year 1 as a rookie. It happens. Let's see what he does in year 2. I got off that Ed Ingram train really quick. Really quick. I'm done being patient. When is enough enough? Have that same energy that you have for your running backs, that you have for your receivers, that you have for any other position. Have that same energy for your offensive line. If you can't block for your quarterback, I'm going to find somebody that can. Because I got a guy in Dalton Reisner that's sitting right here next to me, just collecting dust on the sidelines and hopping in on special teams that can come in at least pass block. So when is enough enough? That's the saying for today. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? Mike, good transition, man. Good transition into my next topic. And you know what? I'm going to eat a little crow on this one. Because I feel like I've been the spearhead of the Davenport regimen and pushing that kind of toxicity, whatever you want to call it. I didn't like Davenport. I didn't like when we signed him. I didn't like when the season started and he just had this mysterious ankle injury. I just didn't like him. I didn't like the idea of him being on my team. I didn't know if it's because he came from the Saints or he's coming off a half a sack season. Whatever it was, I didn't like Davenport. But you know what? God damn it, Davenport, you had a great game yesterday. I can't even not. I got to eat crow on it. Had 1 sack on the day and was a part of 3 of them. So he got his 1. I believe he should have had a half a sack as well, because I think he came in and he helped with another sack too. But he was all over the place. And the thing with Davenport is you can tell that Brian Flores was waiting to get him back. He knows we need to generate pressure on the quarterback. And those first 3 games that we were without Davenport, we were blitzing at a historical rate and still not getting pressure. I believe we were blitzing at 47% of the time as a defense, which I think is a record. I don't think it's been done yet. Well, Davenport's back. That number dropped to 30%, which is about right where you want to be at. Because you can generate pressure on the quarterback with your front 4. And Davenport was all over the defensive line. Again, look, this is going to be a Davenport jerk-off session for a couple minutes, guys, because I spent so much time beating down the dude for not playing, regardless of the injury or not. I still felt like he should have been on the field, especially making that much money, even when I felt like it was a bad signing in the first place. But nonetheless, I'm hopping on the other side of the fence now and admitting I'm wrong. But Davenport makes a huge difference for not only this defense, but this team. If this team has any chance at making a run at this division, at these playoffs, he's got to stay healthy and he's got to be productive. If we get the Marcus Davenport we got yesterday for the majority of the season, we're in business, ladies and gentlemen. We're in business. So there's things outside of just Marcus Davenport, but this team in general, where I'm seeing improvements. Again, yesterday was the ugliest game we've played this year, and we came away with the win. That's an improvement. We found a way to come away with the win. Now, what I've seen that have improved, like I said earlier, the run game has improved. The run blocking has improved. The pass protection, even though it's still bad, has improved a little bit. The run defense has improved a little bit. The defense is improving every week. And I know we just gave up 400 plus yards to Justin Herbert last week. Justin Herbert's on a roll right now. Justin Herbert is an extremely talented quarterback. And this is kind of his breakout year in a sense, if you want to call it a breakout year. So we're getting better. Week in, week out, we're slowly getting better. And that's all you can ask for from this team. We got the first win out of the way. Now we got a juggernaut coming to town in the Kansas City Chiefs. How are you going to look? How are you going to respond after a win? How are you going to do that? 1 second, guys. Sorry, I had these kids, man. Had to do a little yelling. But anyways, we're seeing improvements. Week in and week out, we're seeing improvements from this team. And that's all you can ask for at this point. It's all you can ask for. And next week, hopefully we come out and we give it our best shot. It sounds so like, oh, hopefully you give you. But no, hopefully we come out and we look the best we've looked this season. We got to. If we expect to win that game against the Kansas City Chiefs, we got to look as great as we've been looking, or better than we've been looking all year. We're going to get blown out the water. That's just how it is. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid, if you're not on your A game, you're going to get blown out. That's just how it is. So, a couple other points. Let me see. Yeah, blitz a lot less than normal. Tight end screens are back, guys. Tight end screens are back. KLC could only help himself for so long, but tight end screens are back. Granted, they worked to perfection last week or this week. They were great this week. A whole lot better than what they were working in week one. So tight end screens are back. I think TJ Hawkinson had 2 tight end screens yesterday. One of those got called back after a long gain. They ran the exact same play again and got 20-something yards off of it. So tight end screens are back and expect to see them more, which I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. They worked in Carolina. They weren't working against Tampa Bay. I'll tell you that right now. So I don't know if those are back in the play calling for KOC or not, but tight end screens are back, man. Tight end screens are back. Let me see what else I got here. Okay, so here's a negative. We're gonna go over a couple negatives now for this team. And Dave actually brought this up in the group chat as I was about to go live. It was 4th and 1. 2 minutes left, 4th and 1. I believe the Carolina Panthers were inside the 20-yard line, looking to score and to tie up the game if they got the 2-point conversion. It's 4th and 1, guys. 4th and 1. Minnesota Vikings line up with 10 players on the field on 4th and 1. On 4th and 1! Now, you got to look directly at the coaching staff at that point. B-Flow, I love you, dog. But for us to only have 10 men on the field on 4th and 1, when they're going in to possibly tie up the game, that's unacceptable. You're ultimately giving away the game. We got lucky. Now, we did give up the first down, but we got lucky they didn't figure it out and say, you know what? It's 11 versus 10. Let's take a shot at the end zone. That can't happen. That can't happen against the Chiefs, I'll tell you that right now. Because that's a touchdown against the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes checking out of that run. He's saying, bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, I got Kelce over here. I got Marquez Valdez-Scantling over here. Mahomes is checking out of that. So we're lucky we're going up against a rookie quarterback that may not have had the power to check out of a run play there. And we're lucky we didn't give up a touchdown. Look, we only gave up the first down on that. But when it's 4th and 1, game is ultimately on the line, and you only send 10 players out there, that's a problem. That's a problem. Now I'm looking at the leaders of this team. What's going on here? 10 players on the field on 4th and 1? Somebody's got to catch the blame for that. Win or lose, somebody's got to catch the blame for that. Plain and simple. But to end my synopsis of this game, I'm going to end it on a high positive note. Harrison Smith. Again, I'm going to say the stat line again. I said it at the beginning of this show. 14 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. Never been done in NFL history before. Can we please give Harrison Smith the respect that he deserves? Now, I know he gets the respect from Vikings fans. I know we love Harrison Smith. We love Hitman. We all believe he's Hall of Famer. But Harrison Smith needs more national media recognition. He doesn't get enough. He doesn't. Papa Gary, my guy, I haven't seen you in a minute. Gary, where you been, man? Where you been? But no, Hall of Fame performance by Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith won us that game yesterday. Huge play after huge play after huge play. Not only that, he also put a nice hit on Adam Thielen, too. When Thielen was feeling himself and he was on his roll, I think Thielen had like 5-6 catches yesterday. So he had a nice little game. But once he came over that middle, and Yogi kind of called it. Yogi called it after my Harrison Smith prediction, because I predicted Saturday night Harrison Smith is going to have a big game. He's overdue. He's going to have his big game. He's going to have double-digit tackles, a turnover. He's going to do his thing. And right after I said that, Yogi said, well, Harrison Smith, he's going to see Adam Thielen coming over the middle on a slant route, and he's going to put it on him. And that's what he did. Now, you can tell Harrison pulled back on that hit a little bit, too. You can tell he's like, he's my boy. I'm still going to give him a little something. And he hit him in the knee, unfortunately. You know, luckily, Adam Thielen was good. He wasn't hurt or anything like that. I think he took a series off. But no, we predicted over here at Purple and SKOL'd. My predictions, we hit on my predictions, all right? This ain't the first one. But I call it historical Harrison Smith game, and that's exactly what we got. But just looking at the PFF scores here, just real quick, run blocking grades. Positive, Oliver 89.5, Schlottman 68.8, and obviously we're going to keep an eye on Ingram, where the run blocking is supposed to be his strong suit, was a 62.2 in the run blocking grade. Pass blocking, Darrisaw 78.3, Schlottman 74.6, Cam Akers really good at the pass blocking game, picking up those blitzers, 72.6 pass blocking grade. And, of course, Ed Ingram, 61.2. Just bad enough. I can't even say good. Just bad enough for him to stick around. But overall, Pro Football Focus rankings, Oliver was the number 1 rated Viking this week at 91. Justin Jefferson at number 2 with 88.9. Cam Akers coming in at 78.7. Harrison Smith coming in at 78.3. I don't know. I feel like that should be higher for some reason. Kirk Cousins way down at the bottom, ranked 33rd out of, 50 some odd Vikings, something like that, at a 53.3. Again, to just tell you kind of the funny facts about this game and how we came away with the win, which I kind of have no idea. Carolina Panthers beat us in time of possession, just like we've been getting beaten in time of possession all season. 38.5 minutes to 21.5 minutes. Actually had a lot more penalties than what we're used to in this game. 7 penalties for 37 yards. Had 5 sacks on the day, though. 3 of those going to Harrison Smith. 1 of them going to Davenport. And another one wasn't Danielle Hunter. Who was the other sack? Was it a Caleb Evans? I think Evans had the other sack. So 5 sacks on the day for this defense. Okay, another thing. Before I just move on and kind of close this thing out and give my kind of preview on the Chiefs really quick. A lot of people are being hard on Hockenson, me being one of them. When you get paid as the number one tight end in the league, you should play as the number one tight end in the league. Now, these past 2 weeks have been rough for TJ Hawkinson. Whether that be the drop pass for an interception against the Chargers, whether that being getting ripped out of your hands against the Chargers on the opening drive, or whether you just not having a great game against Carolina Panthers yesterday, which I think he had 4 receptions for, I think, like 26 yards or something like that. Not a good game for TJ Hawkinson, and not a good game for a guy that's getting paid what he's getting paid. So rightfully so, we're a little tough on him. But let's pump the brakes on him being a bad tight end or having a bad season. He's not having a bad season. He's currently ranked 3rd in yards with 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, which is ranked 2nd among tight ends. So TJ Hawkinson isn't having a bad year. He had 2 rough games. It happens. Happens to great players. TJ Hawkinson will be fine. And a bounce back TJ Hawkinson game is coming. I promise you. It may come against the Chiefs. Because I don't know if they'll have Nick Bolton back. They're kind of weak at the linebacker position there, especially if Bolton's not playing. So a TJ Hawkinson game is coming. And it's going to be a big one. Just give it some time. So yes, Vikings come away, first win of the season. We go to 1-3. And now we welcome Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs into town with, it looks like Taylor Swift's going to be there too. Whatever. It should be a fun one. I expect a shootout. I don't expect a very defensive battle out of this game. I think both offenses are going to get going. They're going to get going early. And I like that. I want to see a good game, man. I want to see a good game. I think we're all kind of accepting here that, look, probably not going to beat the Chiefs. They are beatable. Again, I keep saying this. They are beatable, and this is about the time of the year where the Chiefs are beatable or where they do drop a couple games. So we have opportunity here. This is the right time to play the Chiefs, all right? You don't want to play them late in the season going into the playoffs. You want to play them early in the season. This is the time to play them. So they're 3-1. Their only loss was to the Detroit Lions at home. So now we bring them into US Bank Stadium, and God damn it, we have a chance. Do I expect us to win? No, but God damn it, we have a chance. Okay? If this offense is hitting like we know this offense can hit, then it's going to be a shootout. If this defense can just improve a little bit. Every week, just improve a little bit. We know what you are. We know you're not going to be a great defense. But if Marcus Davenport and Danielle Hunter can get after it like they got after it yesterday, we got a chance, guys. We got a goddamn chance. But we got to be able to put up points. We're not going to win this game with 21 points. I'll tell you right now. We're not beating the Chiefs with 21 points. It's got to be 28 to 30 plus to beat the Chiefs. So be prepared. KOC, put your best offensive game plan together. Kirk, bring your A game. JJ, do what you do. Offensive line, block, goddammit. Because you got Chris Jones, who is a problem. I don't care who you got to put in. I don't care how many people you got to put in front of Chris Jones. Don't let Chris Jones get off. That's all I ask. But they're beatable. The Chiefs are beatable, guys. We have a chance here. Do I think we will? Right now, no. As the week goes on, that may change depending on how I'm feeling. And I'm sure I'll get that purple Kool-Aid in me. I'll be at the game. I'll be feeling myself. And I'll lay out and dedicate myself one last time for us to get this win this year. But I'm not too confident right now. But again, you never know. It would be so Vikings to win this game. It would be so Vikings to win this game. And I'll tell you right now, if we do find a way to win this game, then we're right back in it, guys. The show is on. And we're right back on here. The energy's back. The swagger's back. It's a whole new season at that point. Because then you're 2-3. And then you're playing Chicago. And we know how bad Chicago is. So there's a chance. There's a chance for us to take out the Chiefs. I'm going to do a little more studying on it and see how we can make it happen. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Later on tonight, we do have A Day with Mike and Kayla. I always fuck up their show name. A Day with Mike and Kayla is on later on tonight, and I believe Justin is actually going live on his personal page too. Whether I don't know if that's before or after A Day with Mike and Kayla, so be sure to tap in for that. But if you don't already, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button on Purple and SKOL'd Media here on YouTube. Everybody over there on Facebook tapped in. Make sure to head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and start trying watching on YouTube because we're trying to get those watch hours up, man. We're trying to get paid for this work that we trying to do. It's a lot. It's really time consuming. We got kids. We got our normal jobs outside of this. So we're really trying to turn this into something that we can get paid to love what we do. So it all starts with you guys tapping in and giving us those watch minutes, and we greatly appreciate it, man. We greatly appreciate Gary, SKOL'd Mafia. I mean, I could sit here and name off names for the next hour, but we appreciate you guys and tapping in. And Purple and SKOL'd Media, we are a race to 500. YouTube changed their policies. Super chats come at 500 subscribers. So we're at about 332 right now. We're at a race to 500. So hopefully we get to 500. We're counting on you guys to help push our shit. So hopefully we get to that 500 and we can start getting some money in our pockets. All that means is we're dumping it right back into this thing, making this show and this page and this content that much better for you guys. So again, we appreciate your guys' support. We're going to be here every day pushing that Vikings content just like we always do. And again, like I said, A Day with Mike and Kayla will be live later on tonight. So be sure to tune in for that. Hit that subscribe button on Purple and SKOL'd Media YouTube. We appreciate y'all's support. Man, and we got that dub 1-3 and welcoming the Kansas City Chiefs to town. So it's your boy SK. I'm tapping out. Until next time, peace.
SKOL'd to the bowl. Whole lot of SKOL'd gang on this one. Yeah. Hey. SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang, SKOL'd gang. SKOL'd all the way to the bowl, man. My team about to go get a ring. We don't care what the team doing, man. They ain't messing with the perp gang.